Hey everybody, welcome to a mic talk. Look who I've got with me. It's Israel. Say good morning.
Good morning.
All right, what do you got? You got a pink balloon there with you?
Yeah.
All right, this is my buddy. We play in the park and we play with balloons, try to keep them up in the air, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, well, I'm going to talk to everybody about Jesus today. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
Is that good? All right, okay, you can hop down and go back down with Nona. I love you. All right, guys, that's my treat for you this morning. You get to see my grandson, Israel. I got a little coffee going. I hope you guys are well. Tomorrow is the Lord's Day, so it's going to be our chance to go to church. Go to church at the Chateau. Song and Sword Church meets there every Sunday at 9 and 10:30. I hope to see you there. Bring some friends. Another great sermon as we continue this series talking about the names of God, I am revealed. And we've been talking this whole week about the Lord God of armies, Yahweh Sabaoth. And I got one more story to share with you. I want to remind you we're praying for you, praying every day at 1:49. Set your timers to remind yourself to pray that God uses Song and Sword to proclaim His name and His word throughout the whole world. And also, I'm praying for you. So if you got a prayer request, text prayer to that number on the screen, and we'll lift you up before the Lord of hosts, the Lord who has an army. Today, I'm going to go back to the book of Revelation because there's a war scene, a battle scene in there. I mentioned actually last Sunday, when we think of God's armies, we think of angels, we think of flaming swords and angels and chariots and horses. And of course, we don't know if that's exactly what it looks like. That's our human interpretation of what we see. And John, the apostle, sees this vision in Revelation. Remember, Revelation is a peeling back. It's pulling back all of the veil so that we can see the eternal realm. And did you know, like we said, there's a battle going on in the eternal realm all the time. And we get this battle picture between good and evil. In verse 7 of Revelation 12:7. Now war arose in heaven, and Michael and his angels fighting against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was defeated, and there was no longer any place for them in heaven. And the great dragon was thrown down, that ancient serpent who's called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. And he was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. And I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, Now the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Christ have come. For the accuser of our brothers has been thrown down, who accuses them night and day before our God. And they have conquered him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, for they loved not their lives even unto death. What an incredible battle scene that must be. At some point, Satan the accuser, remember that's what his name means, the accuser, he decides that he's going to take over heaven. He decides that evil's going to win. And he convinces or forces a third of the angels. We get that image. You say, where are the third of the angels? Well, it seems like chapter 12, verse 3, another sign appeared. Behold, a great red dragon with his 7 heads and 10 horns. His tail swept down a third of the stars of heaven. So remember we said that maybe the stars, the host, and angels, the host, we're talking about maybe a third of the angels of heaven fought with Satan. Michael the archangel represents God. We don't know what it really means that he's an archangel, except he's an angel of high rank. Arche is the ruler, is a word for ruler in the New Testament Greek. So archangel, he's the ruling messenger. We don't know what that means. What we do know is that he led an army and there was a spiritual battle, a spiritual war. But again, that was also playing out on things on earth. And we have here in this passage the birth of Jesus, in verse 5. And we also have the death of Jesus. And that's what I want us to focus on today. How did God win in the eternal realm that brings victory to us? Well, the Lamb was slaughtered. In fact, that visual is all through the book of Revelation. Even though Jesus is risen from the dead, he looks and appears as a lamb that has been slain. We'll never forget the price that he paid for us to win. But I want to focus on this today. War arose in heaven, and your eternity and my eternity were at stake. Because if sin wins, then we have death, we have defeat, and we can never be in the presence of God. But the battle rages in heaven, and here's the victory. They have conquered, here it is, verse 11. They have conquered by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. They have conquered by the blood of the Lamb. We win because Jesus paid the price by his blood. And I'd love to celebrate that with you tomorrow at church. Wherever you go, you can celebrate it with us here at Song and Sword on our YouTube channel, or you can come in live. And we are going to celebrate the body and blood of Christ. We're going to share together the blood that commemorates his winning over Satan. We win. We have conquered by the blood of the Lamb. I hope it encourages you today. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.